build a navigation. We're going to do that in the next episode, and in this lesson, we're going to learn how to create links inside our website so we can actually navigate around the website, visiting pages such as the one we created in the previous episode called contact.html. So what I'm going to do here is we're not going to build a navigation. We're going to do that in the next episode, and in this episode, I'm just going to focus on explaining what exactly a link is. So as you guys can see in front of me here, I have my front page, and inside my front page, I want to include a link that links to my contact page inside my website, because if we were to take a look at the website, you guys can see that I can't go to my contact page unless I go inside the URL and manually type in contact.html. And now we have the contact page. So we want to be able to jump to this page without having to actually change anything up inside the URL, because users won't know you have a contact page unless you actually do something to lead them inside the contact page. So they won't actually go up inside the URL and type contact.html. So inside my front page, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath my paragraph that says welcome to my personal portfolio, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to create something we call an anchor. Now, an anchor is a pair of tags that we wrap around whatever we want to link to a certain sub-page we have inside our website, or some external page that we have on the internet somewhere. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create an anchor tag by writing lesser than, a, greater than, and then I'm going to go ahead and close the tag. So I'm going to say lesser than, / a, greater than. Now, before we insert anything in between the anchor tags, there's one thing we need to include inside the starting tag, because we need to have an attribute called Href, which stands for hyperreference, which will contain the link to the place that we want to take the user once he clicks on the thing that is in between the tags here. So I can say Href is equal to double quotes, and then I would like to take the user to a contact page. Now, if I want to take the user to the contact page, if I were to go inside my root folder, you guys can see that we have a document here called contact.html, which is right next to our index page, which is the one that we're inside of right now inside the text editor. So what I can do is I can say contact.html directly inside the hyperreference. Now, if my page here was actually to be inside a subfolder, so we're to right-click, create a folder called Pages, and then insert the page inside my Pages folder. So right now the contact page is not inside next to the index page. I would have to go inside the hyperreference and say that we need to access a folder called Pages / contact.html, because now we're digging into a folder and then finding the document. Okay? So the path to the page that you want to link to has to be relevant to where the current document that we're inside of is actually positioned. So because the index page is inside the main directory of the root folder, we then need to dig into a folder called Pages. Okay? So I'm just going to redo what we did here, because I just wanted to explain it to you. And now I'm going to go back inside my code, remove Pages / because we don't need that. And I'm going to insert some text in between the anchor tags, because we need to actually have something to click on, because if we were to refresh my website here, you guys can see we have nothing new. So if I were to say, visit my contact page here, ! Go inside my website, you guys can see we now have a link. If I were to click it, you can see that we jump inside the contact page. So now we have this working. Now I would like to be taken back to the front page, because we don't want to get stuck in here. So I'm going to go back inside my document, copy the anchor tag, go inside my contact page, and just include it here at the bottom. So I'm going to say we want to link to index.html instead, and then I want to change the text to visit my front page, like so. So now if I refresh the browser, you guys can see that we can jump back to the front page. Now, another thing you can also do, just to show it to you guys, is that you don't have to wrap the entire piece of text inside an anchor tag. If we were to take the beginning tag, copy it, delete it, and insert it right before here, you guys can see that here should be the only text that links to the front page from the contact page. So if we were to go inside my browser and just go back inside the contact page, now the word here is the only thing that links back to the front page, just to show you guys. Now the next thing I want to show you guys is that we don't have to link to a sub-page using an anchor tag. So if we were to go inside my browser and go to thefont.com, copy the link up here in the top, go back inside my code, I can actually paste in the link from thefont.com, save it, go back inside my website here, refresh, and now if I go inside my contact page, because this is what we edited inside the code, if I click this link, it'll actually take us to thefont.com. So we can also use external links inside our anchor tags. Now, as you guys may notice, when I did actually click the link, it opened up inside the same window. If we want to open up in a different window, what we can do is I can go ahead and set another attribute called target, which is going to be equal to _blank. If I were to go back inside the website, refresh, and now click the link, you guys can see it opens up in a different tab, which is much more nice when you want to take people to an external page because you want to keep people inside your website. Now, you might be asking, well, do we have to use text inside a link? Well, no, you don't have to. So we were to go ahead and take the text here, go down a couple of lines, just so we have the anchor tag opening on one line and then closing on a different line. I could then go ahead and create something like an object. So we were to create a div box, which is just a pair of tags, save it, and then style the div tags inside my CSS file. So we say we have